Welcome to our channel. This is an excerpt from Anne, Apostle of the Returning King's book, Transforming Grace, Becoming Thoughtful Men and Women of God. The Resurrected Christ.
Hope is the road on which we travel through suffering safely. Hope protects us from idleness in the spiritual life, in that there is no greater call to do our spiritual work cheerfully than when we are suffering. Being convicted about hope is the way we immunize ourselves from cynicism, which might be somewhere near the opposite of hope. When we sustain a series of sufferings, we can find that our hope is flat. We may kick it, metaphorically speaking, throw water on it, and even try to shock it electrically through our favorite scripture or devotion, and what occurs? Nothing. Hope does not leap. Hope sometimes lies still. This is a frightening state of affairs for those who are naturally buoyant. But humanity often only recognizes a suffering in another which he himself has suffered. To examine hope that is accessible, let us look to Jesus on Easter Sunday morning. Imagine he is sitting outside of his tomb, which had enclosed his broken body, that is, the remnant of his expired humanity. Death had seemingly overcome him. He was certainly not preaching with his mouth when he lay wrapped in burial cloths. No. There was no evidence of his divinity visible to human beings as the stone was rolled across the opening of the tomb. The crowds dispersed. For those who had been inspired to hope through the life of Christ, all hope would seem to have died. But hope is a funny thing. It is just like oxygen in that it is invisible. It is like the wind in that it can often only be recognized by its effects. A mother feeds a sick child. She has hope the child will be restored, or she would stop feeding the child. A terminally ill patient is given water. Why? We have hope that the person will be sustained and comforted, but for what purpose? So that he can continue to inhale and exhale oxygen, thus preserving hope for all of humanity until that person has completed his or her time in humanity. When, through God's decision, that person surrenders his body to the Creator and advances into timelessness, hope is not extinguished, it simply transfers into those who remain with even greater abundance. Who would deny that they feel the spirit and presence of their ancestors who have gone before them, if only for an instant? Hope is something like oxygen. We must be careful never to pollute it, deny it, or damage it in another. And the resurrected Christ lives in each one of us who welcome him. We must never be more certain of this than when we are suffering desolation.
Thank you for watching. Please return for more content like this.